How has the gun grab hit your business?
Bottom line, all day long, it hit us. I mean, we employ 7, 8 different individuals. Taking away 30% of our business, you literally have to decrease staff and lay off, people with families because the government decided that we shouldn't have certain property, which we don't think is fair, which is why we're here supporting property rights and a freer Canada.
Now, Justin Trudeau and the Liberals have said one of the reasons that they needed to do the gun ban was to protect women, to keep women safe from domestic violence. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's going to do anything. I feel more safe having my partner that isn't abusive have a firearm. I know the work he has to go through to retain them.
Do you have a message for Justin Trudeau?
Yeah. Get somebody who knows what they're doing because the RCMP don't have a clue.
Law-abiding citizens may never have to use their guns. It's protection. It's our right. I stand for gun rights for all.
Today, Rebel News is in Ottawa. We're actually on Parliament Hill for the Integrity March organized by the Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights. Now, the march today is to, quote, demand integrity from our politicians and in the decisions they make. Canadian gun owners want a safer Canada too, and we demand credible work on crime and violence. Now, the march itself comes on the heels of the closing of the largest parliamentary e-petition in Canadian history. That e-petition, petition number 2574, was sponsored by Calgary Conservative MP Michelle Rempel and initiated by Jesse Fraser, also of Calgary, Alberta. That petition collected nearly 231,000 signatures between May and the beginning of September. Now, that petition protests the order in council that banned 1,500 popular models of rifles and shotguns on May 1st, in the middle of a pandemic. The petition also asks the government to focus resources on the real bad guys, and since Trudeau loves a good apology, the petition asks for one of those too. Now, I'm here all the way from Alberta because unlike the majority of the mainstream media that reports on firearms issues in this country, I'm a lifelong firearms owner too. My whole family is, including my kids. So I know a thing or two about the kinds of people that will be here today, and I know about their property being hit by this unfair confiscation order. Some people are losing family heirlooms. Some business owners are going to be stuck with hundreds of thousands of dollars in inventory they can never sell. I know Canada's lawful gun owners are being scapegoated for the shooting in Nova Scotia and the failings of social justice policing in Toronto that have led to an explosion of gang violence and shootings with illegal guns. Now, it was a long way to come, all the way from Alberta, and my last-minute flight was expensive. My friends and Rebel colleagues Tamara Ugolini and Yankee Pollock are here too. Yankee drove in from Montreal, and Tamara came in from Cobourg. Now, if you'd like to help cover the costs of our flights, travel, and hotels to bring you the other side of the story, because you just can't trust the mainstream media to be honest about the people protesting on the Hill today, please go to handsoffouerguns.ca. Now, let's wade into this enormous crowd and find out why they made the trip to Ottawa today and what message they have for Justin Trudeau and his band of liberal gun grabbers. I'm in my element here today, and there are a lot of new friends here for me to meet, and I'm very excited. Let's go check it out.
The thing is, it doesn't matter where you're from, or who you are, or what you do. We are one, and we are united.
The first march on behalf of gun owners, or an organized one, since like 1998. So really appreciate it.
A huge shout out to the independent media who tell the everyday stories of everyday Canadians that the mainstream media refuses to tell.
Hi. So, is this your store, General Gun and Supply?
Yes, it is. Located in Windsor.
How has the gun grab hit your business?
Bottom line, all day long, it hit us. I mean, we employ 7, 8 different individuals. Taking away 30% of our business, you literally have to decrease staff and lay off, people with families because the government decided that we shouldn't have certain property, which we don't think is fair, which is why we're here supporting property rights and a freer Canada.
Can you tell us the name of your business so the law-abiding folks in Windsor can patronize you?
We are General Gun and Supply, a family-run business since 1991, serving the community, and we'll always be there for you guys.
Why did you come to the Integrity March?
Because I think that what Trudeau has done is a bit absurd and ridiculous. Like, I'm not a gun owner myself, but I still think it really is absurd.
I love your sign.
It took me a long time to figure out what to write because I've always hated guns. I hate the fact that there's something that can create an explosion in a body and kill it. Okay, that said, there's a few things I think about that. As long as guns exist, give the guns to the vulnerable. Give the guns to the people who need to protect themselves, families, for example, and give gun rights to law-abiding citizens. We know that there's a lot of criminality in government. Why should they get all the guns? That makes no sense.
Why did you guys come to the Integrity March today?
One of the main reasons is to counter the narrative that the government is pushing that we're actually inherently evil people. We're bad people. We're actually good people of all walks of life, and we just want to be left alone. We abide by the law. It's our sport. It's our culture, and we just want to live in peace. And so that's one of my main reasons.
Well, to stand up for my rights as much as I have them in this country, to be a gun owner, and the so-called military assault rifle ban is an absolute joke.
You're walking with a cane. Why are you here at the Integrity March?
I'm a firearms owner and a believer, and I wanted to support the effort. I do not like the restrictions that they put on recently. The reason I'm walking with a cane is I'm a veteran who has a spinal injury and a half-paralyzed left leg. But I wanted to come out and support everyone today.
I see now Justin Trudeau implementing the same deficits, the same bad policies for financial parts that destroy Mexico. And I'm here also because one of the reasons that Mexico became so violent, it started the same as here. The first thing that they did, they banned firearms. The moment that they banned firearms, crime went it went crazy.
Now, Justin Trudeau and the Liberals have said one of the reasons that they needed to do the gun ban was to protect women, to keep women safe from domestic violence. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's going to do anything. I feel more safe having my partner that isn't abusive have a firearm. I know the work he has to go through to retain them.
I think that guns are great equalizers. Unfortunately, in Canada, we're not legally able to defend ourselves. But when a large man is going to attack me, what better way to defend myself?
You cannot protect a woman against domestic violence. The one that permit are not the criminal. The criminal are the one in the street that has illegal gun. It's not the same thing at all. So I'm not afraid of people here that have permit. I'm not afraid of them at all.
Women do it as a sport. We don't need anybody's protection. We're here to just show everyone, we've got teachers, we've got nurses, we've got lawyers, we got a good crowd here, and we deserve our rights to be respected and listened to as well.
Why did you come down to the march today?
I want to save Canada. I want to save my heritage. I want to save Canada for Canadians and people who want to become Canadians. I want to ban criminals. I want to ban gang members.
We know history. We know that in the past, guns have been removed from people before government takes over. It's called a police state, and it's happened again and again.
I look at that. Why? Why are we being targeted when we're the most vetted, honest, living Canadians?
We've given up some of our rights in order to own these private properties of ours. So it's enough is enough. Go after the real criminals. Leave us alone. Because when it comes voting time, I'm sure we can get enough people to vote against you.
And their corruption, everything is just getting to the point where this government needs to go. Trudeau needs to be held to account. And look at the crowd here. This is all people that are negatively affected by an ordering council passed during a pandemic while Parliament is off, sitting. It's ridiculous, and we need justice, and this has to happen.
So what's the solution? Because Justin Trudeau says this ordering council will somehow fix the gang violence problem happening in Toronto. What's your solution?
Taking my legal firearms that have never hurt anybody on the face of the earth is not going to change the daily gang shootings in Toronto. They're not going to change any of the gang deaths in Vancouver. All they're going to do is take my legal property off the streets. The criminals aren't going to listen, so we're the only ones who will be law-abiding.
To be honest, I'm just a kid from Saskatchewan who does not like bullies, and the Liberals are the biggest bullies out there.
Do you have a message for Justin Trudeau?
Go after criminals. Don't go after my hunting rifle. I've owned these rifles my entire life and no one's ever been hurt by them. I don't know any of my hunting friends that have ever had a gun stolen or lost. We're not the problem. It's criminals with illegal guns using handguns, not rifles, to do harm to Canadians. It's not people like me.
Law-abiding citizens may never have to use their guns. It's protection. It's our right. I stand for gun rights for all.
Organizers estimate the crowd size at between 3,000 and 5,000 people today, which means, of course, the CBC will report it as hundreds, maybe even tens. But what I can tell you is that the march took 15 full minutes to get off of Parliament Hill to march around the block, and as the tail was leaving the hill, the beginning was already back. That's how many people were here. Rebel News was here from the very beginning of the march, along with our friend Andrew Lawton from True North. The mainstream media was here just briefly, and they were definitely not getting the very warm reception that we did. Today we talked to dozens of people who are just fighting for freedom, fighting for their property rights, and fighting for the right to do the thing they love to do, that they've always done legally, shooting. Men, women, new Canadians. Even I met one woman who hates guns, but she was just here to stand up for my right to own one. If you'd like to support my flights and hotel to come out here to Ottawa to tell the other side of the story of Trudeau's undemocratic banning of 1,500 Canadian firearms, please go to handsofourguns.ca. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. I hopped a flight from Edmonton yesterday afternoon so that I could be here in Ottawa to bring you the other side of the story, the full story of the rising opposition to Trudeau's undemocratic gun ban, something he did in the middle of a pandemic. To donate to cover the cost of our coverage here today, please go to handsofourguns.ca.